Welcome to the Smart Business Revolution.
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 You want a revolution?
You say you want a revolution?
Revolution. The revolution.
It's going on right now.
Welcome to The Revolution, the Smart Business Revolution podcast, where we ask today's most successful entrepreneurs to share the tools and strategies they use to build relationships and connections to grow their revenue. Now, your host for The Revolution, John Corcoran.
Hey, everybody. This is John Corcoran with Dr. Jeremy Wise, and this episode is a little bit different. This is a live interview that we recorded at the Global Leadership Conference from Entrepreneurs Organization, where some of the best entrepreneurs from around the globe gathered in Washington, D.C. to share ideas and to learn about entrepreneurship. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Rise 25, where we help B2B businesses to give to and to connect to their Dream 100 relationships and partnerships, helping you to run a podcast so that it generates a referral pipeline and ROI.
Yeah, I mean, John, after both of us have been podcasting for over a decade, the number one thing in our life is relationships. And we're always looking at ways to give to our best relationships. And we found no better way to do that over the past decade than to profile the people and companies we admire and shout from the rooftops what they're working on. And this interview is no different. So if you've thought about podcasting, you should go to rise25.com to learn more, or email us at support@rise25.com.
Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the interview.
Enjoy.
John Corcoran, and we're live here at Global Leadership Conference being put on by EO, Entrepreneurs Organization. This is brought to you by Rise 25, where we help B2B companies to start podcasts and do content marketing. And I'm here with Rodolfo, who is here from El Salvador, all the way from El Salvador. And tell us about your companies.
Well, I have three companies. One is IdeaWorks International. The other one is Qudox, which is a quantum paradox. And I have iDigital Studios, which focuses on the Hispanic market in the U.S.
Okay, great. And we were just talking a second ago about with your growth marketing company, you had a particular client that helps teach chefs, and we're helping them through the pandemic. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so this person lives in Spain, and what she's doing is she devised this strategic course to help any restaurant turn around from the pandemic and just redo whatever they have done and recreate the restaurant. And what we have been able to do is we have been able to push her courses to around 72 different countries. Mm-hmm. Now she is actually growing on a 30 to 35% rate every month in terms of new customers. This is a very specific customer because you need to find this audience which is scattered around the world, and it's not just chefs, but people that want to build a new restaurant, or people that had a restaurant and that was destroyed by the pandemic. So it's been a great journey for us with her, and I think that right now what she is doing is she's trying to actually do a specific version for people that want to do ghost restaurants, which is just have all this specific different ways of showing your restaurant with a front end with the same back end.
Got it. And so we're here at Global Leadership Conference. Is this your first one? How many have you been to before?
This is my first Global Leaders Conference, and it's been amazing. It's amazing.
What are some of the highlights?
For me, I would say each one of the conferences had a highlight. The first one actually taught me to see that my mind is my first constraint, and that I need to go beyond that constraint. And there are ways of doing it, and they taught us this way of just bypassing that frontier or that barrier that we have. The second one, and it kept in my mind, it was a very nice surprise to hear a supermodel that I thought that she was down to talk.
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks, yeah. And what she taught me was is many things, but this one just stuck in my mind, which is different is better than better.
Yes, she said that. That was a great one, yeah.
Yes, and really, if you go out in the market today, there are so many options that you really need to know how to be different and how to differentiate from the rest of the people permanently.
Yeah.
Or else you just will go down the drain with the rest of the companies that are just disappearing.
And then final thought for anyone watching at home, what would you say to them if they haven't been to GLC before? What would you say to them?
This is an amazing community that you can come and feel automatically in the same level of trust, with the same level of intimacy. And I really like the word that I heard yesterday, which was instimacy. So it's instant intimacy. And this is the only place you can find this is here in EO. And being intimate with anyone that you talk to in this conference was really refreshing.
Rodolfo, where can people learn about your 3 different companies?
All of them are in, I have a website. One is IdeaWorks.la. The other one is Qudox, Qudox.io. And the third one is iDigitalstudios.com.
John Corcoran, I'm here with Rodolfo, and we're live here at Global Leadership Conference.
Thank you for listening to the Smart Business Revolution podcast with John Corcoran. Find out more at smartbusinessrevolution.com. And while you're there, sign up for our email list and join the revolution.
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 And be listening for the next episode of the Smart Business Revolution podcast.